Hey guys, welcome to a new video on Kakuninfo. And today I'm recording outside. There might be a lot of wind noise, but it's such a beautiful day. You can see the mountains back there, and I wanted to show the beautiful nature of Japan in my video. So today's video is about studying abroad in Japan and how to get started. So I wanted to share 3 steps, first 3 things that you need to do before you start the process of studying abroad in Japan. So first thing, 3 things that you need to do while you think about studying abroad in Japan. Firstly, a lot of people don't actually think about studying abroad in Japan. Being from Bangladesh, I see a lot of students from South Asia. They don't tend to think about Japan as a study destination. Most people think about like United States or Europe, but not many people think about Japan. So I'll share reasons to study abroad in Japan in a different video, but in this video I'll share how to get started with studying abroad in Japan. The first thing to do is do a lot of research about the language and the lifestyle, because those are the top 2 things that are really important if you want to come in Japan and live in Japan, because a lot of people don't do that research. They think Japan is a great country, it has a great image worldwide, so they think of coming to Japan, experience the culture, learning the language, and which is okay. But if you want to live here, if you want to stay in Japan, you really need to think about if that lifestyle or if the language is something that you will be ready to tackle with, because trust me, if you want to live in Japan and get a good job, the language is extremely important, and the lifestyle, the working culture is not similar to other countries. So do a lot of research, and if you want in-depth information about people living in Japan, listen to my podcast Lost in Japan. You will get information about students who are living in Japan or people who are working in Japan, and in that podcast you can know about the lifestyle of Japanese people and how international people are coping with it. So do your research really well, because those 2 things will really dictate how you will have an experience in Japan. The second thing, so you have decided that you want to study in Japan. The second thing to do is decide if you are going to be able to fund the studies by yourself or you need a scholarship, because the 2 paths are different. If you are someone who can fund your own studies either by yourself or through your parents, then the path you will take is different from someone who wants a scholarship. So if you can't fund your studies, great. Then look for universities and just apply. And I think you will have a great time in Japan. But first, do the research in step number 1. But if you're someone who needs scholarships, the first thing you need to do is look for universities that provide scholarships. And in that case, look for government scholarships first. Being from Bangladesh, a lot of students from Bangladesh come with the MEX scholarship, and a lot of my African friends, they come with the JICA scholarship, which are government scholarships. So look for government scholarships that your government provides for studying abroad in Japan. And if they don't provide, it's fine, because a lot of universities, they provide tuition reduction scholarships, so you can always go for those too. So you need to decide if you can fund your studies and how much you can fund, because that will be really important. The third thing to do is actually getting started to looking for universities. So the way you can do that is firstly choose your major, what major you want to study, and then categorize based on what university have your major. Because don't just come to Japan studying something that you don't want to study just for the sake of coming to Japan. A lot of people do that, and I don't recommend doing that. But if you find a university that's providing your major, then email the university, keep contact with them, and look at the dates, and then you're on your way. I think these 3 steps that I actually said are really important to get you started. And if you want in-depth information about how to go through the application process, what to write and what not to write, then leave it in the comments below what you want to know, and maybe I'll make a different video where I'll talk about tips for the application process. But this has been 3 steps to get you started to studying abroad in Japan. And thanks for watching, and stay with Kakuninfo for more information about living, studying or traveling in Japan. See you on the next video.